Boucher's Facebook page, called Move Living Space, has close to 500 followers who are posting their experiences and voicing the need for change. Mayor Michelle Boileau says the decision to move the shelter to its current location was based on evidence. The misinformation shared on the site is distracting from the goal. The site and passion of members serves as motivation to end chronic homelessness. Boucher says the shelter needs to move to a location where clients can get real help, not to a residential neighborhood where homeowners are struggling to protect themselves and their properties.
I think a whole bunch of people are going to be surprised with my vote tonight.
Councillor Robin?
In favor?
Councillor Wisseld?
In favor.
Councillor Black? Councillor Perry? Councillor Putnam?
Unbelievable! Can't believe it!
Celebrate good times, come on! It's a celebration.
Congratulations, Timmons. We did it. You and old Norm the Bear finally put enough pressure on the city and the city council to move living space. Don't get me wrong, I don't believe this is 100% set in stone, but this is the obvious first step. And the first step is always the best step, because that's how you know you're going to move a mountain, when you pick up the first stone. And there are those who think that we've only been trying to move living space into their area, like Jay Sereta. He's fighting furiously right now, looking for lawyers to ensure that where living space is, it stays, making sure our burden is nowhere near him. That's really unfair, because if you look at what we've also been fighting for, it's to give them 24-hour service, give them free meals. Jay Sereta wants living space to stay the way it is, pretty much a death camp, with no food, only 8 hours sleep. So they walk out of there hungry and looking at residents' homes. And he fights furiously to ensure that it's nowhere near him. Because if this was anywhere near a noble cause that he's trying to pretend to be, he would have opened up his own shelter, said, I'm welcoming them where I am. If you're not welcome there, welcome at Jay Sereta's house. Because of where he stands now, he's against them having food, he's against them having 24-hour support, and he's against CD SAB being responsible for what they do.
Organizations, and the biggest organization right here, the residents, okay?
I've been at a town hall where a business was coming to speak about being broken into, and their cameras were showing people breaking into their business as they were at the town hall. These circumstances can't go on, and it was presented as a full service facility. That's still a model that I wholeheartedly support, is having a 24/7 facility with the proper services and food provision.
So there you have it. That's what Jay Sereta is fighting against. Them having full service and food in their stomachs. What a twisted guy. But I promised you an education in our inner workings of the city. So here we are. I'm going to bring you back, way back in history. Do you remember George Pirie? Oh yeah, that's the guy. That's the guy who banned trailers that were last places, last respite for people on dire ends to live. He banned campers, making sure that property values stayed nice and high. But as soon as $11.6 million was waved in his face, oh, George Pirie's tune suddenly changed. Now, housing value didn't matter. What mattered now was finding these people who used to live in these trailers new homes.
Porque estaba la paellera agarrada, metida entre las piedras de Chipiona, del faro. Y cuando entro en el restaurante me ve el cocinero con una paellera y a ver la vende paellera. ¡Asómate! ¡Asómate! ¡Mira dónde llega el agua! restaurante.
And while some people like to blame our old mayor, Steve Black, this is what he had to say.
When the living space was first presented to me, and it was presented as a full-service facility.
Which is not what living space has become.
Just giving a place to sleep and then allowing, or not allowing, but sending back out to the community to find food and...
Exactly, Mr. Fireworks Man. We've been left to take care of the homeless. As soon as those doors open, the community is the ones that have to shoulder the burden of this socio-economic disaster. So like, comment, and subscribe as we go through all the difficulties that Timmins is going to be experiencing and the transition from homeless encampments to homeless help.
The Timmins?
Timmins was the worst one because the
Yeah.
crackheads.
Yeah.
And also someone vomited in your room.